Hey, hey, how is everyone? How was everyone's Thanksgiving? Mine was pretty good. It was everything I dreamed of. Like, not a lot of kids, not a lot of family, just a nice, quiet Thanksgiving. I kind of want to be retired from doing, getting ready to turn 60 years old. And believe me, I've fed a lot of people in them years, and I cooked a lot of turkeys. So I just hope everybody had a really great Thanksgiving, and I just thought I would let everybody know mine was really good. Okay, so I hope my sound is good. Last time my sound really sucked, and I think I got it fixed, dialed in. I've been doing a lot of work in here and trying to fix everything so it doesn't mess up on me. Hi, Renee. Hi, Cryptid. What's up, my man? Hey, that was a really fun night out the other night. I was thinking we should do that again real soon. In fact, I went out with Adolf the other day, and we went in the daytime out there and found some cool stuff. How's it going, Sam Squatch? And that's something I wanted to talk about. I already edited together a video of Adolf and I out at the Kings River and some other places around there, and I put it on Patreon. So it's for all the people that support me on Patreon. I'm going to try to regularly put videos for the people that take care of me, and the people on anyone that's just doing YouTube only. They're not going to see it for like maybe 3 to 5 days before it pops up on YouTube. So if you're a Patreon account holder, you'll be able to get first crack at anything I do that's kind of special, not live and stuff like that. Even though I have plans on doing some live stuff for the Patreons and hang out with the Patreon family people that join up on my Patreon. It's just my way of hopefully giving back a little bit. And I hope everybody enjoyed the video that I put up a couple days ago. I noticed it only had like 4 views, but I don't have a lot of Patreons yet, or people that signed up. But I hope they're enjoying it, because it was a pretty fun trip. How's it going, Jerry? How are you, man? Let's see. Salutations and greetings. Yes, I am doing great. How's it going, Cold Warrior? Yeah, I got on late tonight. I misplaced a little piece, a little piece, and without it, no video, no anything, and I tore this place apart for 2 hours, and then finally found it connected to some other piece that I was using in the field. And I mean, I picked that thing up like 5 times, looked at it, set it back down, and my little piece was right there, my little part that I needed. Made me feel like an idiot, tell you the truth. It really did. And I hope my audio is better. Last time my audio made me sound kind of sick. I'm not sure. I played around with it. I'm not sure. It sounds good to me, but it's hard to tell what it sounds like out when it goes out into the YouTube world, over the interwebs. Hi, Pam. How are you? I seen Pam saw the video from the Kings River, and in a couple days I'll release it to YouTube, so everybody that's not Patreon or doesn't want to do Patreon, they'll be able to see it pretty soon. But only I like to take care of them. I mean, the ones that are on Patreon really are helping me keep this going, so I got to do something a little special for them. Let me see. Okay, Anne. Okay. Why, thank you. It was so fun. Really, Cryptid? Something happened to you? It could have been, man. It could have been. It was pretty interesting about what happened out there. I don't know. You know what? I haven't gone live to talk about that either, and I didn't do any video or anything. I was going to share your video, and I'm not sure how to do it. I was going to share your video on my channel that you made, and see if I can't share it somehow. But I went out with me and Cryptid, and one of his friends, I think it's a friend or a brother, cousin, went out, and we went in the late at night. There was some whistles, there was some chatter, and we're talking about on the valley floor here. This is what's so amazing. We're talking about on the valley floor. I have so much to talk about the valley floor just in the last 2 weeks. It's been really active on the valley floor the last 2 weeks. And I have a feeling this winter it's going to be pretty active in the oranges and citrus and all that. It is amazing. I mean, it's blowing me away on how much is going on. Yeah, Jesus. He got sick. Jesus got sick. I think he got hit by infrasound because he was fine. Then all of a sudden, he just started having problems. I mean, just like that, bam. And it was right when we were hearing the Bigfoot or hearing something out there. And we had to call it for the evening, too. I mean, it got him not feeling well at all, and he couldn't go back out there. So, I mean, it was late anyways. It was time to go anyways, but it affected him. I don't know how many days it affected him past that, though. I haven't talked to Cryptid to find out. I saw you tonight, Rachel. I was right behind you, but only you were so busy. Everybody was busy, and I thought about like interrupting you, but I don't want to mess you up. It looked like you had a mean person in front of you. Excuse me. And I was in a hurry. At least I thought I was. My mom was wandering around, and I thought she had already checked out. So I was like jamming out, and then she wasn't checked out. So I sat at Walmart or McDonald's drinking a coffee for almost 30 more minutes waiting for her. Let's see. How's it going, Pocket Pro football helmets? Hey, and Renee and Connie. We were right around Keith. In fact, in that video, I showed Keith's farm. Only he wasn't there, so we didn't stop in and talk to him. Otherwise, I would have interviewed him or, got him on camera saying something. He's a camera. He likes to get in front of the camera. So one day, one of these days, I'll be out there a lot the next few months because it's real hot. I mean, I call it the hottest place in the valley right now is right over there. It's interesting, like since Labor Day, there was a Bigfoot sighting at Millerton Lake, which is unheard of. We started having sightings at Millerton Lake last year. About this time, late summer, though, is when it started. And then we had the one on Labor Day right exactly across the lake from the one from last year. And then we had the one out by Kerman that me and Adolph went out and drove out and found that box of weird stuff with the little flags all over it. That was weird. And then Jeffrey had somebody call him about one on Highway 152 over by Los Banos. Okay, now that's like way in the middle of the valley. And then I had the Wolfman with Cryptid over at the Kings River, and several other people calling me and talking to me about having rocks thrown at them while they were fishing over there. And I actually, in the video that I put out on the Patreon, that has 3 more days, I think, that you can go over there and you can see it before anyone else. And I talk about that, but it will hit YouTube here in a couple days, I think 3 days, and I'll have it on YouTube for everybody to watch. Yeah, you were pretty busy. It looked pretty busy. Yeah, so then 2 days ago, my son started texting me. He works at a casino, Mono Wind Casino, and he had one of the when I worked there, I hired a few security people, and one of them, the son of one of the ones I hired, who got hired, I think it was right before I left. He has 60 acres in Jose Basin, right behind Millerton Lake. Okay, right behind Millerton Lake. For 3 nights in a row, there was rock clacking right next to he has a fifth wheel. And he invited me out there to go out, and we can stay the night or camp, or we could go out anytime we want and go hang out over there. We could go look for Bigfoot sign. And that's something I'm going to check out. So I talked to my son today, which it's been 2 days since I talked, 2 or 3 days since I talked to him. But the guy had 3 nights of rock clacking right by his trailer and was wondering what it might be. And I told him, there's not many things that knock rocks together, okay? And loud enough to wake him up out of his sleep. So he knows it's not some, but he has an arsenal that, anybody would be stupid to go over there and mess with them. So, but right after, I guess the day after it happened, like the day before my son told me about it, the day of the son telling me about it, and then the day after, and then he hasn't heard anything since. But that doesn't mean they're not there still. It just means that it didn't mess with them tonight. It could pick up back up in any time. You're right, Renee. Keep your eyes to the skies. Are you taking off? Yeah, he ditched Facebook finally. That Facebook was messing with him. And he's going to find out. YouTube will mess with him. They're messing with me big time. I'm shadow banned. Like when you have a lot of subscribers and you only get like 300 views, something's going on, Like it's weird. But I'm not the only one. There's all kinds of people that are having problems with YouTube. Yeah, so these Bigfoot in the valley I'm so looking forward to the winter, because it seems like in the summer, the sightings slow way down, like they move higher up where it's cooler, I guess. And then in the winter, they move down and they start really having a heyday along the rivers, both rivers, the San Joaquin River and the Kings River so far, and canals. Right outside of Reedley, right outside of Sanger, Parlier, Orange Cove, and now Kerman, Los Banos, of all places. Come on. What is they call that? The bathroom. It's a bathroom break place on your way to the Bay Area. And to me, then all around Millerton, Redinger, back there, that never have I had any Bigfoot sightings back there ever. I even took Finding Bigfoot back there. And it was just a place that we could go shoot that looked squatchy. And I didn't think there was any squatches there. I took Chasing UFOs back there. just because it was, they wanted to rock climb. She wanted to rock climb in the middle of the night, and I took her there and hired an ambulance and everything to stay out there in case she, hurt herself rock climbing in the night. It was Erin Ryder, and she wanted to rock climb, so I took her back Squaw Leap, and she rock climbed it from like 9 p.m. all the way till like 1 or 2 in the morning. It was pretty fun though, but I didn't think there was Bigfoot over there. Now I'm hearing about all kinds of Bigfoot stuff, and I just heard there's something else over there. I'm not sure if I can get to it without an e-bike, but maybe some of you guys can. We'll get together and you guys can go find it. But there's a mystery place over there that's weird and creepy and has all kinds of history, and I want to check that out too. Hi, Winter. How are you? And Dayanara, how are you? I don't know if I'm saying that, Dayanara. Yeah, we're going to get 3 days of rain starting tonight. I feel sorry for all the people that got burned out. Cool. Yeah, you know what? I heard some of that cryptid. I could hear it on my headphones, and then I was using the mixer, so I could turn the volume up higher. I could have the volume as high as it'll go on the computer, and then I could bump it up on the mixer, and I could hear the chattering really good. And we're talking right outside of Sanger, you guys, right outside of Sanger. Yeah, that's for sure, Renee. It would be cool if everybody would smash the like button and the share button and all that. That's cool. And then I do have links in the bottom that goes to the Patreon if you guys want to be in on all, like I'm going to be putting regularly, like not every week, but I'm going to be putting special videos just for the people that become Patreon members. And you don't have to pay to be a Patreon member. I'll just say if you have $1, throw $1. I'm not trying to like make it rich on anybody at all, and I don't want to hurt anyone. It's Christmas time. Everybody can not put anything this month. I'm totally easy. I just need help, a little bit of financial help, and not a lot. So I would love to buy new gear though. There's some things I really want, like I heard a Bigfoot scream. Brown Dwarf, I don't know if he's in here, but you could go over and check out Brown Dwarf's YouTube. He has a Bigfoot scream from somewhere over here. He took a trip in my area, over by my neck of the woods, and he gets a Bigfoot scream on a voice recorder on I think it's a Zoom H5. Great recorders. If you're ever wanting to be in the market for a great recorder to pick up stuff from distant sounds, look at the Zoom H5. They're great. The only problem with those is you want to make sure that if you're going to be talking, that you set it up and then go way away from it, because it picks up everything. And you could be 50 feet away and just talking normal, and it'll sound like you're sitting right next to it. But for picking up chatter, whistles, roars, all that kind of stuff, that is the perfect device. So anybody that wants thinking Christmas and gear and it's great for doing EVPs, everything. It is really good audio equipment. But I would like to get one of those. Yeah, you live in Sanger. I was out there with Cryptid one night, and a couple of nights later, I was in the daytime. I was out there with Adolf. I found in the middle of the river. Okay, in the middle of the river, there was a rock piled on top of another rock. There's like a big boulder. Actually, they put these boulders into the river for the trout. And now you can't keep the trout. In this section of the river, Nobody can keep the trout, and there's big trout in there, and crawdad and all kinds of stuff. I even showed some of the crawdad. I saw some. I was standing up on a bridge looking down, and you could see the crawdads running around, big ones too. And in the middle of the river, there's this boulder that they placed for trout habitat, and there was a rock on it. Right smack in the middle of that boulder, there was a round, or well, an oval type rock. And I don't know how many people are out in the middle of the river putting rocks on boulders. I don't know. But it was interesting. Yeah, they were looking about the size of a lobster. Yeah. I was all tripping because it's been a long time since I seen them actually in the water. And now I went out and caught them a bunch of times, but that was the first time I ever looked down and seen all this wildlife in the water. It was pretty cool. Yeah, on the Patreon video. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that Mars stuff. No, I didn't get my van fixed yet. The power steering's still out. I have to pay the tags this month, December, and I have another bill that comes every other month, and it's just going to happen to land on December. So I have that bill and pay the tags, and of course, everyone in California voted for more taxes and higher gas taxes and higher licensing fees. So my license fees are up and the gas prices are up and everything is up in California. It sucks. And I can't believe people voted for more taxes. For some reason, I feel like that somebody got duped in this one, because I don't know one person that would have voted for more higher taxes on gasoline and automobile stuff. I mean, I don't see it happening, You're having trouble with your YouTube? Interesting. I see somebody saying hi to Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Oh, I see you, Amanda. Hi, Amanda. How are you? And Ito. Hey, Ito. What's up, my brother? Yeah, one of the things I want to buy is a FLIR. It's a actual security camera, just like any security camera you put on your house, but it's a FLIR, and it only sees heat image, so it doesn't send out any IR light or anything like that. I'd like to actually get two of them, and the guy that has the 60 acres. Now remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but back a few shows ago, I talked about a guy that had some acreage and he let his friends camp there, and then they thought they would fake him out, and they put a Bigfoot suit on and they came running across the creek to scare their friend. And there was three of them in the camp, and the three of them attacked him and started stabbing him in his Bigfoot suit. They actually attacked the Bigfoot with a big knife and stabbed him up. And before he could get his hood off, the mask off, they stabbed him pretty good, and he had to go to the hospital. That's the same guy that has the 60 acres where the rocks are being knocked together. So there's a lesson there. Don't dress up like a Bigfoot and go chasing and scaring people, because you might get hurt. You might get shot, stabbed. You never know. Run over by a car. You never know what might happen. How's it going, Knight Rider? Ooh, finals. Ooh, I'm so glad I'm done with school. Yeah, it could see moisture only because the temperature difference of the water. So like FLIRs are really good for going around your house, and you could go on the outside and in the summer, and you can see where all the cold air is escaping. and fix that. And in the winter, you can go around and you can see where the heat is escaping and fix it. So they're really good for stuff like that, but they're really good for Bigfoot hunting, because Bigfoot, over my time, putting out game cameras that have IR and security cameras that we've set up that have IR, they avoid it. They somehow can see the IR and they stay just out of range of it. Well, if there's no beam of IR, they don't know that they're being recorded. And I know, like Bobo and some other friends of mine that have these, they have got some good video of Bigfoot with these FLIRs. And I'm thinking the FLIR might be the one that really gets the Bigfoot, if we're smart enough and we go in the right area and we do it right, we can get some great video of Bigfoot with these FLIRs. I mean, it won't be like watching a video like what you see right here and all in color and stuff, but it will. You'll be able to tell a dog from a deer, from a raccoon and all that, and a human from a Bigfoot. Believe me, it's that good. It's good enough for that. Yeah, never ever go wearing a Bigfoot suit. It's not a good idea. Unless it's at a party and it's in town, you know what I mean? If it's in the mountains, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh yeah, I'll work on that, Renee. I'll figure out how to do that and work on that, okay? I promise. I'll make you a mod. Yeah, there's another camera that works with low light that I've been looking at. It's real expensive though. I think the FLIR I can get for around $250. Some of the FLIRs are like the Scout that I wouldn't mind having for the field, that you can also record with, like when you go in the mountains and stuff, and it records to a SD card. Those range anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000, and I don't have that kind of money, believe me. But I wouldn't mind earning the money and doing videos and coming on and hanging out with you guys, and I'm looking at $1 at a time. Let me earn it. Don't just give money to me. Let me earn it. I'm willing to earn it. And then everything that I find and record, you guys are going to see it first before anyone, especially if you're a Patreon account member. They're going to see everything first. And that's something I'm working on that. Hi, Bobby. How are you? I've heard a lot of things about Fresno Camp, or Camp Fresno, over by Dinky Creek. I do know like a lot of people say things are haunted, but I do know there's Wolf Dog Man, whatever they call him, sighting over there going back 30 something years from that area, Sawmill Flats, Camp Fresno, all around there, Dinky Creek. Bigfoot sightings galore. Me and Jeff got all kinds of video of Bigfoots over there. His wife got hit with infrasound and made her sick for 3 days over there. I think that's where Ito saw a Bigfoot. Do I know Bigfoot Tony? I don't know. But I know Ito saw Bigfoot, and I think him and his brothers saw one, or his brother and some friends or a cousin or something. They saw one over there. How long ago, Ito, was that? Yeah, bad intentions. That's Adolf's place over there. That's where Adolf got abducted, him and his friends over at Courtright. And there's a lot of Bigfoot over there. In fact, that area right there is the area where where it's helping me to link UFOs and Bigfoot, especially because there'll be people that give Bigfoot sightings and they're over there, Courtright area, and then later I'll hear about UFO sightings over there, and it's always on the same day or night, and the people don't know each other. It'll be like the same campground area, and some people are seeing UFOs and some are hearing and seeing Bigfoot. So it's trippy that that place over there is a real hotbed. And if you do camp there and you see a UFO, do not flash a flashlight on it. Do not flash it with a flashlight. You will go for a ride. And I don't think it's something that's fun, okay? It won't be a fun thing. It'll be no fun, I don't think. Yeah. You start, like, even if you sleep in the car, Adolf, like I was talking with Adolf and we were riding around a couple days ago, and I think it was Sunday, and we were talking about Courtright and Bigfoot and UFOs at the same time, because they were actually found little stick made things, like a little altar right by their campground on the day after they got abducted. And it was almost like the Bigfoot were leaving that for the aliens, not for people. And they had heard them and found tracks and everything. And I mean, we talked about that at length, about Bigfoot and aliens over there. But I do know almost every I've talked to, probably just in my area, I've talked to about 100 people that have been abducted by aliens. And almost every single one of them saw a UFO and flashed it with a light. And those are the abductions. That's how it started. And almost every, like, out of the 15 in my area, every one of the abductions was caused by flashing a flashlight at the UFO. So it's not a good idea to do that. Yeah, that's how I got my first sighting. The Bigfoot didn't know I was there. I watched him I say all the time it was like an hour, but really it was 2 hours. Easy, maybe even more. But only nobody's going to believe you. They have a hard time believing the hour part. But really, it was a long sighting. I watched him for a long time, from dark until the sun actually came up. It was absolutely pitch black dark. And I watched him walk down towards our truck. And by the time he got there, the sun was peeking over the mountain. So however long that is, I'm saying an hour and a half or 2 hours. And that changed my life. Let's see, I'm losing track here. I got to get back. Yeah, don't go back up and all by yourself. Go with someone. Heck, Adolf won't even stay out after dark. That's no lie. He when it's time to go home, he's going home. Like, he wants to be home before the sun's down. He doesn't even like to be out there after dark at all. Yeah, I go up there too all the time. You know where the power lines are when you're on your way up there, and I'm thinking it's after the, I'm thinking it's after the court right turnoff, but it might not be. But I know it's like only a couple, 3 or 4 miles from the Wishon village. There's some power lines that cross over Dinky Road. I'll have to pull up some video and I'll show you guys. I have from some old shows that me and Jeff did. I have video of Bigfoots that we got, and the forestry came in and tore the area all up, all the habitat for the Bigfoot. They tore it up. So I know that didn't make the Bigfoot go away, but only in the area that we were getting all the video and interaction with them and stuff like that got tore up. All the trees got cut up, all the logs were cut up, and they made it look like it was done by woodcutters, collecting firewood. But really, if they went in and cut it all up, but they left all the wood. But it looked like, some woodcutters went in there. But I've done that all my life. Went out and collect up wood. I used to sell it, collect 5 or 10 or 8 cords and then keep 2 and sell the rest. Well, you pick up all the wood you cut up. You don't leave it laying there. And I couldn't find even one single piece that was taken. So you could account for the whole logs that they were cutting up, all of it. And all they did was just go in there and tear up Bigfoot habitat. That's all. They just were trying to discourage us and the Bigfoot. I'm sure of that. Yeah, well, I saw that one, Renee. That was a cool story. Yep, you did. Pam, you're so cool. I still have those shirts. I want to give them away, but I'm going to give them away to Patreon, not to YouTube. I'm going to give them away in Patreon. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. Yeah. I won't go in the woods alone. I want people to go with me. Even then, it's a risk because, like, you can walk around the tree to take a leak or not be keeping track of where everybody's at and just be only 5 feet away and not in everybody's visual, and you might disappear. I mean, that has happened a lot. In fact, I'm putting together a video. It's taken me a long time. I've been working on it for a couple of months, off and on. I have some good shots, but all the interviews that me and Jeff had done over the years with like David Paulides and Ron Moorhead, and all kinds of people, Scott Walters, all these people, and I'm putting together like a highlight of what we did together as Paranormal Central. And I'm excited about it. Only I'm cutting Jeffrey out. I mean, he cut me out, so I'm going to cut him out. I'm going to try to as much as possible. And mostly what I'm going to be doing is taking bits and pieces of the actual, like David Paulides we interviewed 3 times. So I'm going to take bits and pieces of his story and put them together. Ron Moorhead, different abduction people, UFO sightings, people that made movies, directors, stuff like that. And I'm going to put it all together, and then that'll go on Patreon probably for a week before it hits YouTube, so that all my Patreon family gets to see it first. Yeah, I'm going to take care of my Patreon people. I mean that. I post in there when I get things, and I'm constantly always working on things. But only I don't have dates. I'm not good about locking in on. I'm retired, and I'm not. I don't really want, like, Jeff had me locked in for 9 years, 4 or 5 hours a week, and it was like a job, and it became no fun. Is what it became, and I don't know if it was because of how Jeff handled it, or it just became a job, and he sucked the fun right out of it, and for a long time, and it got more and more not fun, not fun, not fun. So then I thought, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to go like crazy. Only I have to get past the it's work thing. So I'm working on things all the time, but at my pace, and hopefully what I put out is better than, just putting up silly videos and stuff like that. There's thought behind it, and except for maybe some of my live stuff. Only I have like 3 videos that I'm working on in edit right now. A Bigfoot one, and that one's going to be Bigfoot of like the history of what the Bigfoot coming into the valley, and the evidence that we found and what we have and stuff like that, and all that will go to Patreon first. And then when I go out for rides with Cryptid and Adolf and Baron von Strauss, and on my own, as soon as I get my power steering fixed on my van, as soon as I fix that, all those videos will go on Patreon first. So I'll come live on YouTube all the time, but the Patreon will get to see the videos that I create first. And I think I only make it like 5 days. So for 5 days, Patreon has full access to the video, and nobody else can see it unless they're a Patreon member. And you don't have to pay to be a Patreon member. You can just join my Patreon. But I say, if you got $1, throw $1 to me, $1 a month or something like that. And that's not a lot of money. But if it is a lot of money to you, because I know $1 is a lot of money to me in this point in my life, $1 is a lot. It's a make or break it sometimes. And so if it's that way with you, don't put any money, okay? Just join it and become one of our Patreon family and enjoy everything. And I'll enjoy bringing it to you guys, because I'm not out to hurt people financially or anything. I actually want to have fun, but I do want to get more equipment so I could bring even better and better stuff, and I'm willing to work for it. So hopefully, I mean not work like the Jeff kind of work, but I'm willing to bring things that I'm doing, because it's fun. As long as I'm having fun, I'll be bringing stuff, so don't worry about that part. Though I wish I was some kind of artist, though, because my merch thing could be way better than it is, and it's because I could earn money that way. But I'm not an artist, so I'm not a graphics artist. I'm a nerd. I could take your phone apart, your computer apart. I could do all that kind of stuff, electronics and everything, but I can't draw a stick figure. Even if I drew a stick man and you looked at it, you'd be like, what is that? I'm really bad at that, and I haven't found anyone that's near me or figured out a way to get art and make t-shirts and stuff like that, because I really wanted to do like a Central Valley t-shirt. I want to do a forest ninja shirt where where there's a Bigfoot standing there and he looks like a ninja turtle, you know what I'm saying? But not the turtle shell and all that, but have the ninja thing and the little thing blowing in the wind and have him like peeking around a tree or something. I mean, just some ideas I have, but I can't draw it, you know? And so sooner or later, I'll be able to take the ideas out of my head and find somebody that can do that. Happy birthday, Amanda. I didn't know it was your birthday. Wow, I see all that. Balloons and cakes. Wow, hey, right on. Wow, thank you, Renee. You're melting my heart just by saying that. Thank you, Karen in Nevada. I try really hard. And as long as I'm having fun, I know I'll do well. You know, I really will. I mean, and when I went to that Jackson thing, I have this, and I got one of these things, right? Little flash drive, and this one's 32 gigabytes, and I actually put a whole I don't know what you call it, pictures and stuff like that, and I was going to go speak in Jackson and put that in the computer, and then I did something to it. When I saved it saved it in the wrong kind of file, so it wouldn't play, and I didn't have time to redo it. So I went over there and flew by the seat of my pants. I went up there cold turkey, and I had a good time. I just started having fun, and from what I understand, I did really well over there, and I think I do better when I do that. That's what I used to do when I was an executive. I never had notes or anything. I just went in and took care of business and had fun and have fun with people. Kind of like right here, you know, I have a few notes, but I didn't want to forget to talk about the guy that had the rock clacking, and I wanted to make sure I remembered to tell everybody I hope they had a good Thanksgiving. But I mean, that's the extent of my note right there. And Bigfoot in the Valley, big, you know, lots of notes. Yeah, I try to be real. You're right. I don't want to be fake. That's something that. That's something I was trying. That's something I was getting away from the last person I was with, because I felt like if you're just be yourself, you know, let's have some fun and be ourselves. And I believe everybody enjoys it a whole lot more, you know, than if you're trying to be something you're not. And I mean, anytime if I start like being stupid, slap me, okay? I'm ready for a good slap, and I'll know, you know, I can take criticism. Really, I don't turn off my chat. I don't do all that stuff. Wow, thank you, Karen in Nevada. You joined. I want to have some T-shirts. Everybody that joins, I want to give a T-shirt, and I want it to be something special too, and. So I'm working on that. Yeah, so what do you guys think about Trump and what's going on? Are you guys ready? I know this is getting way off the Bigfoot thing, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of not happy people really soon. I have a feeling. This is just me, though. I keep up on Q, and Q says so far, and I fact check Q like crazy. I wanted to make sure I'm not following some idiot. In fact, everybody got mad at me when I started saying Alex Jones was like a LARP or not a cool guy, and Corsi. They got together and they were trying to get everybody away from Q, saying Q is fake, but they're fake. Right? They're out for the almighty dollar. They sell everything. They'll sell their soul. They're bad. And I got in trouble because I know the history of Alex Jones. I liked Alex Jones. I followed him for years and years. I remember when they were doing the Taliban, with George Bush and he was, driving around with a megaphone. That was his little thing. But he sold himself. He signed with the enemy somewhere. And when Trump came in, Trump isn't signed with the enemy. He is taking down the enemy. And I want everybody to be ready for this. He is taking out the government that we need taken out. They've taken our freedoms. They try to take our guns. They put us in bad deals. Think back in the 20 years. What have Congress has ever done for us, really? All we've got is the shaft over and over. It didn't matter who is the president. It didn't matter who is the congressman. We got the shaft, and we got the shaft, and we got the shaft. Well, personally, I think Trump is not that cool, kosher, whatever. He isn't eloquent like Barack Obama and his speeches and all that stuff, but only, like snakes are known to be all smooth and slithery. But Trump is like us. He's one of us. That's what he is. And the best part about him is he loves America and he can't be bought. And he has the military on his side completely. And they're going to take out these people. They just had to get everything ready. Like he said, they don't want to put a Band-Aid on it. They don't want to put a Band-Aid fix on it. They want to fix it. They want to make America great again. They want to give it back to the people. They want it to be a republic that we control, where they answer to us. They haven't answered to us for a long time. They talk down on us. They call us eaters and sheep and all kinds of stuff for years. I'm sick of it. So if this guy's going to do this, I'm all for it. Even if I don't really like the guy, I'm still all for it. I'm all for, and I'm hoping and praying that he really does take these guys out. And I would love to see, let's go have a barbecue and watch them swing, because they've been selling stuff to China and everywhere, sending money all around the world, and we have people in the streets that are freezing right now, and we're not taking care of them. But we could send billions to Iran. We could send billions and all our technology to China. Look at everything we own. Made in China, made in China, made in China. It could be made right here. And I'll get off my soapbox with that. Sorry about that. Ooh, that would be so cool if she could. A ninja comic book shinobi Sasquatch due next year. They stole that from me. The ninja Squatch, the forest ninja, all that. I was the one that came out with that a long time ago. But only it's true. They're ninjas. And I always had that in my mind about having t-shirts with forest ninjas on it and little sayings and stuff like that, because that's what they are. Every Bigfoot I ever chased around in the woods was a ninja. He could, now you see him, now you don't type thing, throwing stuff at us. And they're ninjas. There's hardly any other way to call it that. They do ninja stuff. Okay, that sounds cool. Thank you. Bigfoot's in everything now. They have Bigfoot purple beds. I was just watching a commercial at Walmart, and it was Travelocity or something like that, where you could get hotels cheap, and they were putting their finger on the hotel. $88. Yay. $179. Boo. $88. Yay. Okay, they did that several times, and then they started talking about it, and all of a sudden a big Bigfoot comes flying and flies through their little thing. And Bigfoot's in everything now. Everything. Movies. It's in games. I mean, Bigfoot's everywhere. It's a big deal. A lot of people are cashing in on it. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I want it to be real. I don't want people to think it's a cartoon so much, but only I think T-shirts are kind of cool to put messages on and cool little drawings, but at the same time be able to talk about them and how they're the ninja of the forest and how they're coming down in the valley and looking in people's windows and throwing rocks at fishermen and all these things that they're doing. I think it's so cool. Hey, Ghost Wolf, I need to call you for reals. I broke my phone and I got it fixed. I only need all I need now is I need a better glass on it. Cause I mean, it works and everything now, but I need a new glass on it. And so I'll be carrying it around tomorrow and the next day. So maybe I could give you a call tomorrow afternoon, or you could call me. Yeah, what is that one game? The one with the cars or Grand Auto or something like that? They have Bigfoot in that. You got to find him though. He's hide and seek in there. Yeah, in all my videos on YouTube, I have the link to the Patreon. Cool, man. I can hardly wait. I actually want to go Bigfooting over where you're at, Ghost Wolf. We're the Bigfoot are down in the valley over here, like hot and heavy. I mean, hot, man. Nearly every day, I'm getting somebody telling me about a new report of Bigfoot, all the way out to 152 in Los Banos and Kerman. I know there's some over there, man. I want to go over there so bad. Yes, I do. It's Alan59Thomas at gmail.com. That's my email. Alan59Thomas at gmail.com. I would type it, but for some reason, I was in this software. It says sign into chat, but I'm signed in, and it won't let me. It won't let me chat. So I think it's over here though. If I go over here, it says say something. Okay, so there we go. My email. I guess if I go over here to the YouTube one, I could even make, if Renee is still here. Let me see, Renee. Do I put Renee as a timeout? No. Hide user? No. Add moderator? Is that what it is? Renee Cruz is now moderator for my channel. Yay! Hey, Mike Escobar, how are you, brother? What's up, my man? Actually, I could read this chat better. The other one's all dark. So do you have a wrench, Renee? Does it give you a wrench? I have no idea what I just did. Ooh, let me see. Now I'm really messed up. I need to go back to my corner. Let me see. Go back. Yay, it gave you a wrench. Yeehaw! Right on. It makes my heart soar like a Yeah. Oh, did you want one too, Ito? You want a wrench? Are you a mechanic? Huh? Yeah, don't cross Renee now, man. She'll hit you with a monkey wrench. A Bigfoot monkey wrench. Yap. Well, I love you too. I love all of you. Every last single one of you. You might not think so, but I do. And I pray for you guys all the time too. It's kind of cool. These chat things makes a great prayer list. Nobody ever thought of that, huh? And I'll go back and I won't watch the video so much as I'll be watching the chat and I'll be praying for everyone. I hope you guys don't mind that I pray for you, but I do. It's a great prayer list right there. That's what I look at it as, a prayer list. It's my family, my friends. And I hope y'all get blessed all the time, because that's what I'm praying for you is health and blessings to you. Health and blessings. And I ask that the enemy gets stopped right on your property line. Like it isn't allowed on your property line. No enemy attacks on your house or your family or the close ones that you love. Blessings on your jobs and your income and all that. I mean, I go, especially the health part. I pray for everybody's health a lot because I'm really totally unhealthy. I mean, not that I'm dying or anything like that, but I have a lot of bad health problems, really bad ones. And that slows me way down. Sometimes I can't get out of bed. And I don't like to go crying about it and whining about it. But there's days, like I'll go out with, say, cryptid and walk around all night. And then the next day I won't get up. I can't get up. I have to stay down. And sometimes it lasts 2 days. But only I'm not going to talk about that part. You know, you guys can pray for me though, that now you can pray for me though. I only talk about the days I can go and get up and go, and I push it so bad. And I'm good at hiding when I'm in pain, believe it or not. I was out hiking around the river with Adolf, and my leg was burning. I left my cane in the car on purpose. I'm trying not to use it and get dependent on it. I mean, I already was dependent on it, so I'm trying to break my dependency. Like I broke the wheelchair dependency. Now I'm breaking the cane dependency, or trying to, but my leg was burning off after a little while. But I didn't use the cane all day. It stayed in his car, and I felt really proud of myself that cane stayed there, because the more I use my leg, the more the muscles don't deteriorate. So the more I use canes and walkers and stuff like that, the less I use the muscle, and then my legs start shrinking really fast, faster than it should, and scary fast. So I have to keep on pushing it so that it stays, the muscles stay there, because there's no nerve function. So I have to use the muscles to keep the muscle. It's kind of scary a little bit. Right on, man. That's cool. You're so cool, Renee. But if somebody's like being a real asshole, you could ban them. I don't care. You know, I really, I believe in free speech too, but there is a limit, But I'll never ever shut my chat off and disable it or anything like that. I'll always have comments in chat, always, always. And I won't go back and take out bad people. I'll let that stand. What they did, I let it stand. It just shows what kind of people they are, And usually if you ignore people, they go away. They don't last. It's when you give them attention. That's what they're looking for, is attention. So as soon as you start giving them attention, it makes that monster grow. That troll gets bigger, 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 But if you ignore it, they go away pretty good. But sometimes, though, people come in and they're persistent, and it's nice to have a moderator, especially when I'm in this one and I can't even do anything. I have to go over to the other one. Yeah, the atrophy is really bad. Like already my ankle is smaller on my right leg. Actually, everything's smaller, and the muscles are mushy. If you feel my left leg, it's all hard muscles, like solid muscles, thick. But when you go on my right leg, the calf muscle's like a sponge, kind of like, it's not good. And my thigh is a lot skinnier than the other thigh. And I was doing physical therapy, and they were working my ankle because that's the weakest part. The farthest away from your heart, when there's no blood flow, is where the most damage occurs. So like my toes, foot, ankle, all that's like jacked up, burns. I mean, the nerves, once they get all messed up, it just burns. It's like sticking your foot in a fire and you can't pull it out. And nothing stops the burn 24 hours a day. And some things make the burn worse, like cold for me, cold. But only they were doing in the physical therapy, they were working my ankle, and they were teaching me how to work the muscles to keep the muscle. And I could only do 5 reps with no weight or anything, just moving the ankle up and down, like the foot up and down like that. It would only do it 5 times, and then it was getting where it couldn't do it. And the physical therapist is like, you know what, man, you're doing that. You're doing that. Tell him, no, I'm not. He's like, yeah, you are. So then the next time I went in, he had somebody sit down with me and start engaging me in conversation. So we got in this big conversation about Bigfoot and everything that I like. And we were really going for it. And then he's telling me to exercise this, do that. When we got done, he apologized to me and said, you're not lying. He said he tried that exercise 3 times while I was conversing with the person to get my mind off of, so I wouldn't be paying attention and counting how many times, you're right. It was only 5 times. So no matter what, it's 5 times. It's hard to drive a car because, you have to use your foot. It's hard to hold the brake down, stuff like that. But, it's the way it is. Yay, there's my daughter, Christy Swindle. I love you. I love all my granddaughters and my grandson. I owe my grandson a chat session. I noticed I don't have a messenger on my phone. Okay. So everybody that's messaging me, my phone broke and it can't hold apps. So the only time I can look at Messenger is when I'm at the computer, and that's rare. I've been so busy, I only get to the computer every maybe 3 or 4 days. So, and that means I miss my grandsons and grandkids' IMs or messenger things, and I owe him one, and I love him and miss him so much. I haven't seen him in a few years. They're growing up. Rheumatoid arthritis. Oh, that one's a nasty one. And when I was in physical therapy, there was a lot of people in physical therapy with that. I used to hang out with them guys, or girls and gals and guys. Thank you, R. Gonzalez. Thank you so much. I tried on that show. I got squelched quite a bit there, but only I could do whatever I want here. And some people, it's not. I'm not doing turn on the music and doon 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 doon. You know, I don't do all that. I just turn it on and go for it, and just be real. Talk about whatever you guys want to talk about in the live. I had a few things like after this is done. In the beginning of this, I talk about the Bigfoot and the valley and stuff like that. So there's a lot of good stuff. A lot of people tune out when it gets to this part, unless you guys have questions about anything. I'm pretty knowledgeable about everything paranormal. I've been doing it a long time, you guys, a long time. The only bad thing is about I can't. That's the other part. What I have in my leg is called RSD or CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome. So the slightest touch will burn for hours, like socks and pants or a fan or even somebody touching it. Like if somebody massages or even just pats my leg, I could feel that for hours after, hurting for hours. And it's not any fun at all. If I bang my toe, I'll feel that for over a week. Even if I didn't really damage it, it'll just hurt like I got run over by a truck on my foot. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so bad. I've been dealing with it since 2000 though. So I'm getting where I can hide it pretty good. There for a long time, me and my doctor would sit and cry because I would be begging for him to cut my leg off. And I mean, for probably 3 years, I begged him almost every month to cut my leg off because it hurt so bad. And he said that it wouldn't do any good because even if you cut your leg off, there's phantom pain. It doesn't go away. So I gave up on the cutting the leg off thing, even though every once in a while it still sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I need to have Heidi Hollis on. She knows more about that Black Panther. I've talked to a few people with the Black Panther that turns into a demon. But actually, the ones I talked to, it was shadow beings, and then it turned into a Black Panther and ran away. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate all the prayers. They work. But I used to get mad at God because of the pain. And I've watched people get healed. I prayed for people that had broken arms and stuff like that and watched their arm get healed instantly. Like Richard Keel's daughter. Richard Keel's daughter was Little Miss America, and she also was a champion gymnast. And she was in international or national contest, and she broke her wrist. And Richard Keel called us up. We went over there, prayed for her wrist. They x-rayed it really quick, and she was back in the competition with no broken bone at all, and she won. And that was from prayer. But I've seen a lot of people get healed, and I got mad at God. Why aren't you healing me? Why? And I pray and pray and pray about it. And then one day he told me why, that he had to leave me this way, is because if he fixed me, I would run off and I would start doing my own thing again. And I would forget about him. See, I believed in him all this time, even way back. But when I had problems like financial problems or any kind of thing like that, I could take care of myself. I would pray to the Lord, but only I would fix it myself. I would do 3 jobs. I'll be a security guard, and I would take on work and hauling jobs. I would go clean up people's houses and garbage and anything, right? Anything. But I didn't need God. I could fix it. Well, he took my leg out, and for a long time there, it was hard to walk. And then I had to rely on him completely. And that's where he wants us. He wants us to rely on him. Some people find it easy to rely on him. I find it easy to rely on me. So he has to keep me that way, because if he fixes me, I'll be up and running. And the next thing I know, I'll be running a casino and working 50 hours a day and doing everything, and I'll be praying to him and thanking him for stuff, but I won't really need him. And he wants us to need him. And so here I sit, You've had a lot of experience lately with the Black Panther. That's kind of scary. I need to have you on the show again. R. Gonzalez, the closest I've ever been to a Bigfoot is probably 2 feet, maybe less. It was right outside the tent, and more than one time, on more than one occasion. In the daytime, I would say around 40 feet. I mean, that's walking around out in the open, about 40 feet that I know of, because we had video of it 40 feet away that we didn't even know we had. We were getting video. It was spying on us, and we had game cameras in the tree, and we were getting the SD cards. So 40 feet at night while we're in the tent, right next to us. Actually, it walked around the tent. It went by me, went by the guy that was next to me, and then went around and slapped Jeff in the head. Knocked him off his cot. So Jeff was really close, like knuckles close. Knocked him right out. And then it went right between the tents and went down the road, and we could hear 2 of them chattering, talking. But you can't understand what they're saying. When I was in Africa, I got mad at God, and I was yelling at him, and he made me go deaf. That was scary. I thought I was going to be deaf forever, but he let me have hearing back after about 45 minutes. But it scared me, and I learned to respect him and respect what his sovereignty. But only Africa's a rough place, and he put me in there, and I had no training or nothing, so I got upset. Started yelling at him. No, it didn't change. Yeah, it was pretty funny, really. He was screaming like a little girl. It was, that Bigfoot walked around the side of the tent and popped him right in the face, and he screamed like a little girl and fell off the cot. And he's like, a Bigfoot slapped me, a Bigfoot slapped me. And then I could hear it going right in. Now it walked by me again, right? I was laying on the side of the tent, like if this is the tent floor, okay? This is the tent floor. I'm on this side of the tent, laying like this. Then there was a guy in the middle, and then Jeff was right here. It came up, and it was right here, and then it walked around the tent. It slapped Jeff in the head. Then it went this way, and then it went down the road that way. and there was other people in the tent right next to us, so you could barely walk between them. And it walked right between them. And there was some tarp on the ground, and you could hear his steps on the tarp. It didn't leave any tracks, though. That kind of sucked. But we all knew what it was. It was throwing rocks at our tent for at least 2 hours, little rocks, little bitty pebbles, for 2 hours before he even walked up to the tent. And you could hear him talking and stuff. Good night, Christy. Love you. Give all the kids a hug for me. Let's see. Hey, Bluegrass Booger, what's up? Yeah, Adolf just got back from over there, too. He just got back. It has to be really hard for him. I feel sorry for him. I pray for him a lot because your wife and kid is all the way halfway around the world. It is a rough thing. You ate a raw pig? Ugh. Ah. But I know boogers like pig. I kept you up before past your bedtime. I actually got to get going. I said I would do an hour, and I'm coming up on an hour and a half. But I enjoy hanging with you guys so much. I love hanging in the chat. Sometimes I just want to get on and just chat with you guys. No topic, no anything, just chat with you. I mean, it's kind of fun, I think. And I think it's boring for the people that tune in later and there's a video there and then they tune in thinking they're going to hear something and I'm sitting here chatting with everybody. That just means you got to come in when I'm live and I'll chat with you too. That's what it means. 5 a.m. does come fast. It does. All right, Cold Warrior. Love you, brother. We didn't put them up that night. We didn't put the perimeter alarms up. We wanted them to come in. And when they get too close, like when we have the perimeter alarm up, they hear it and they won't come any closer. That keeps them away from the camp. So we didn't put them up, and that guy came right in. And I don't know how big it was or anything, but I know that it slapped Jeff right in the face. And it was pretty funny. I mean, that was the joke all day, actually for a couple days. We laughed about that. Love you, Karen. You have a good one. You sleep tight. I hope you get good rest before you get up. Dang, that is a weird creature cryptid. Almost that sounds like a dog type thing when their legs are backwards like that. Well, he thinks that they were after the beans. He left beans out for him, some like baked beans, and then he left it right by his head. And I don't know. They did, as they went by. It's like they stuck their finger in there, or they knocked the spoon in the. I think it just bumped it. I don't think it was after the beans, because it didn't stay there and slurp on beans. It just, you could hear it. I guess it was right there, and as it turned the corner, it probably bumped into it, and you heard the spoon hit the bean pan. So he thought that's what they were after. I don't think so. I think they can see through the tent, tell you the truth. normally we put a tarp over the tent so they can't see us. And we didn't do that. So they knew right where we were in the tent at all times. All right, Daytona. Man, great videos, man. I've been watching all of them. Got some good stuff. I wish you'd find the big treasure though, but I'm praying you will one day, bro. Good night, Dayanara. Okay, I gotta go too. I'm gonna get. Yeah, exactly, Ghost Wolf. Exactly. It's still funny though. Still funny. I still crack up. It's something you had to be there, you know? You had to be there. Cool. Good night, Connie. Well, I thank you so much. And I'm humbled by everybody even wanting to hang out with me in a chat. That just melts my heart that there's even one person even. But there's more than one. But even if just one wanted to hang out with me blows me away. So you guys make my day all the time. Make my month, my year. Yeah, I've been praying for paradise. I actually have an uncle, a great uncle. He was retired from Bank of America as a bank president that lived up there, and his whole family, I'm pretty sure they got burned out. I haven't heard from him, though. I don't know how to get a hold of him. Good night, Amanda. Good night, James. Good night, bro. I didn't even know you were in here. Yeah, a lot of people lost everything. Okay, you guys. Well, I'm going to try to get in here more often. I always say that, but you know, at least I try to get in at least once a week. So at least you could count on that part. I do get in here at least once a week. And I've been putting in some stuff, but only you have to be a Patreon member to see it. So go join the Patreon and go check out the last video I put in a couple days ago. You'll like it. It isn't real long. It's only like 18 minutes, but I hope it's interesting and you like it. And yeah, thank God for the rain. Let's hope it doesn't like wash everything away and all those fires. That could be bad up there. You know, hopefully they were able to put something down to keep everything from washing away. All right, Cryptid, I'm looking forward to it, man. And I will, Ghost Wolf, I'll have my phone with me tomorrow. So text me or something and let me know. Hey, Jean-Paul. Love you, brother. We'll see you next time, too. I love doing the live chats. We get off topic a lot, but hey, that's the way it is. I'm trying to pay attention to all of you, and I want to say hi to all of you too. Hey, Galway, Ireland, huh? Right on, man. Sigh, what's happening? Cyber hugs from here, man. Thank you so much. Night Winter. I have a link in my videos down below where there's a link to the Patreon. Just go over there and join. I'm asking $1 to join, but you don't have to give $1, okay? That is just to help me buy equipment and keep the internet turned on, but you don't have to. I mean, if you guys are like having a hard time financially, don't give me anything, okay? But if you can spare $1, add $1. And that's all I'm asking, really. I sure will, Sai. Man, it must be beautiful over there right now. I heard that the weather is pretty pretty nasty over there, I heard lately. Pretty nasty. The like wind for days. I have some other friends over there. Okay, you guys, I'm gotta go. I'm looking at the time. I have to get, but I'm gonna try to come back in a couple days. Because I don't really have, the rain's gonna like stop me cold from doing anything, any kind of work around here. So you guys might see me again during this rain thing. I'm praying for, big storms over there, man. Gully washers or whatever they call them, gully busters, or I don't know. They're good ones. Okay, I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. Stay cool. Squatch on.